Hello friends, it's Miss Nicole here and I'm going to be your tour guide today. Today, can you guess where we might be going with this snazzy hat I have on? It's going to protect me from some rain, it'll protect me from all kinds of bugs, it'll protect me from the sun, even though the sun doesn't really break through the trees too much in this spot. Can anybody guess where we might be visiting? Is it the jungle? If you guess jungle, you're right. We're heading to the jungle. Alright, so I want everybody to get your boots on, get your hats on, get your sunscreen on, get your bug spray out. Here we go. Are you ready? Alright, we're going to start with a really fun story about a toucan. Toucans live in the jungle, right? Yeah, in the rainforests. And they're beautiful, colorful birds with cool beaks. I love them. I think they're really fun. This is called Toucan Can, and this is by Juliet McIver and Sarah Davis. Toucan Can. Can you guess what this is about? Toucan can do lots of things. Toucan dances, toucan sings, toucan bangs a frying pan. Can you do what toucan can? Toucan can do lots of things. Toucan slides, toucan swings, toucan hides behind a fan. Can you do what toucan can? See him do the can too. Can you do the can too? Look, now Toucan has a new plan. With the fry pan and a stew pan, he can juggle one hand, two hand, while he cans on a fruit can. Who can do that? Very few can. Surely, though, most surely, you can? On a fruit can? But, can Toucan do what you can do? You can stomp and romp and hop. You can go and you can stop. See Toucan stomp and romp and hop. And skip and trip and flip and flop. Poor toucan. Now you can do what you can do, toucan cannot do. Karen likes this story. You can see her tail right there. She's foraging through the jungle with me today, friends. But who can do what kangaroo can? She can do kung fu with toucan. Can you do what kangaroo can? Can you do kung fu with toucan? You can do a new kung fu. If toucan can kangaroo? Toucan has a friend or two. One is you and one is you. Ewan loves to dance all day. Toucan lets him lead the way. Look at him. He looks fun. My fingers aren't working. And you can dance and kangaroo can. You and dance with toucan. Look at them dancing, shimmying, shaking. Yes, you can dance, but Ewan's ants cannot dance. There's Ewan's ants. I know, right there and right there maybe. All three of them. 3 ants. Aunt Shanty can't at all, and Auntie Tanya's much too tall. But Auntie Anne and Candy can, and Auntie Candace Panda can. That's Auntie Candy's panda. How fun is that? With Auntie Amanda's salamander, Sandy's goose, and Andy's gander, and Aunt Samantha's panthers can. They're all dancing. When they all dance with toucan, who can? Who can dance with toucan? Look at all those animals, all those ants. You can! There's toucan and there's kangaroo. Can you dance with toucan? I think you can. That was a super silly, super fun story. Got my tongue all twisted. I couldn't speak right. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and move along to the next story. I love this story because it has one of my favorite jungle animals in it. Can anybody name some jungle animals? Maybe you'll be able to guess one of my favorite animals. Maybe there are some insects in the jungle. Maybe there are some big cats in the jungle. Can you list any big cats? Any at all? Go ahead and shout them out now. Maybe, just maybe, there's a creature that hangs in the trees and moves super slowly. Everybody go ahead and move your arms super slowly, just like this. And they hang upside down from the trees. And they eat super slowly. Can anybody guess what creature that might be? Is it a sloth? It's a sloth. Good job, guys. So now that we've taken a moment to play a fun guessing game, a silly guessing game with me, I'm going to go ahead and start reading this story. It's called Sloth Slept On. And this story is by Fran Preston Gannon. Sorry, there's a big glare on my screen. Gotta make that glare go away. Actually, I think that's my camera. Is that better? Is that better? I bet there's no glare in the jungle. There's not enough light, huh? There we go. Alright, here we go. Sloth slept on. There's our first page. He wasn't like any other creature we had ever found in the backyard. We asked him his name. We asked what he was doing in our tree. But there was no answer. He was asleep. We had lots of questions, so we set off to find some answers. First, we asked Dad what he thought, but he was busy. We looked in all the books we could find. They were full of pictures and words and places and things, but there was nothing that looked like our new friend. He knew he wasn't an elephant. He didn't have a trunk. He wasn't a tiger either. He didn't have any stripes. He wasn't a horse or a bear. He let out a loud snore. He was still asleep. Can everybody give me a big snores? Perhaps he didn't belong in our backyard at all. Maybe he had traveled for a very long time from somewhere far away. They're looking at a globe, right? To see the world. Do you think he traveled from that far away? Is he a space sloth? I want you guys to draw pictures of space sloths for me and go ahead and send them to us, alright? Maybe he was a ferocious pirate who had been sailing the seas and was sleepy from all his adventures. He might even be a brave knight who is exhausted from spending all his time fighting dragons. Look! He is not an elephant or an astronaut or a pirate or a knight. Look, our friend here has a book that says The Rainforest. Do you think that's where the sloth comes from? Yeah? He is an animal called a sloth. We learned that our friend usually lives in the rainforest. This sloth is a type called the three-toed sloth. 3 toes. That's it, friends. He uses a strong grip to stay in the trees. They move very slowly. They're very sleepy, and they can sleep hanging in a tree for up to 20 hours a day. Sometimes they live in the same tree in the rainforest for years at a time. and they have all the things that a sloth likes to eat, such as leaves, fruit, twigs, and even bugs. So they put their friend in a box. The rainforest sounded wonderful. We decided there was only one thing to do. We found a nice big box and used all the stamps we could find. We packed in some lovely leaves to eat and toys for the journey. Look at Sloth. Oh, my fingers aren't working today. All the rain from this jungle is getting to them. We were so happy the sloth had come all the way from the rainforest to visit. We would miss him lots, but we were glad that he would be waking up back where he belonged. Deep in the rainforest, the sloth finally stirred. He had been having the most wonderful sleep. He slowly lifted his head, looked around, and said, "Is that the jungle? The rainforest?" "Excuse me, which way to the zoo?" he said. He escaped the zoo. That's how he ended up in their neighborhood. He wasn't even from the forest, from the rainforest. Poor sloth. Do you think he's gonna have to learn how to live in the rainforest now? I think maybe. That was a super silly story, huh? Alright, I want you guys to think of your favorite animals in the jungle, okay? So go ahead and comment them down below. And we're going to read one more fun story, okay? We've just got a little bit more time. This story is called President of the Jungle. And this story is written by Andre Rodriguez, Larissa Ribeiro, Paula Disualgo, and Pedro Marcoon. There we go. Sorry, it just took me a moment. The sticker was covering up our last author's last name. There we go. Is that picture a little better? I know there's quite a bit of a glare. Work with me, friends. We're in the jungle. I only have so much to work with. President of the Jungle. Lion wanted a swimming pool. So, because he was king of the jungle, he rerouted the river to flow into his front yard. Now, he has his pool. The other animals were not happy. They missed their river. Lion had gone too far. Maybe he should not be king of the jungle. "We have no water. My children are thirsty. Let's protest," said Crocodile. "Lion thinks only of himself," said Armadillo. There's that anteater. The animals decided to have a demonstration. They marched to Lion's swimming pool. "Say no to Lion's pool," they said. Each animal gets to vote for the new leader. The candidate who gets the most votes becomes president of the jungle. Everyone liked the idea, so they drew up rules for the election. 1. We will hold an election every spring. 2. Any animal can be candidate. 3. Each animal gets 1 vote. 4. Votes are secret. 5. The candidate with the most votes wins. 6. Candidates cannot trade gifts for votes. And 7. Candidates cannot eat their opponents. So Lion can't eat anybody, huh? Monkey, Sloth, and Snake were excited. Lion didn't want to be left out, so he became a candidate too. Then the campaign's begun. We're gonna vote for our favorite candidate. King of the jungle, vote for Lion! My beloved subjects, I descend from a long line of kings. It was my cherished great-great-grandfather who expelled the smelly possums so the rest of us could live in peace. I provided jobs to the animals who diverted the water from the river to build my swimming pool. If something is not broken, do not fix it. For tradition, vote for Lion! It is time for change, says Monkey for president. It's time for Lion to go. The king is sneaky and as slippery as a rotten banana peel. He said we could all swim in his pool, and now we can't. Under my leadership, everything will be different, and we will build burrows and homes for everyone. No more lies. Monkey for president. She doesn't just promise. She delivers. Snake for president. Vice president, mouse. I am a popular snake. I grew up in the jungle with all of you. I've crawled through burrows and nests getting to know you. We have faced the great drought together, and we have survived fires and hunters. You know I will be there for you. Vote snake. Make your vote count. Choose me. Sloth for president. Vice president, ladybug. My fellow animals, it is time to plan our future together. I want to hear from all of you, and please don't judge me by my name. I'm not lazy. I don't rush because good government does not happen overnight. With patience, we will make the jungle better for everyone. Vote for Sloth! Yay! Everybody, woo! Each candidate got busy trying to convince the voters why they would be the best leader. They went on TV, took selfies with voters, handed out pamphlets, discussed the issues, the jungle issues. They had held rallies. Some said wild things about the other candidates. They put up posters and discussed more issues. We've got to figure out who's best for the jungle. They had debates to talk about their ideas. Snake, how would you solve the bird traffic jams? Easy. Every bird will be assigned a time to fly. Why don't we ask the birds what they think? Who cares? Just tell those high flyers what to do. Snake is venomous. Well, nobody is better than me, said Lion. Lion is selfish, they said. Hey, I didn't finish what I was saying. And sometimes they just plain argued. Finally, election day arrived. The animals lined up to cast their secret votes in the ballot box. That's the spot you put your votes. Al was in charge of counting the votes, and unfortunately, Lion got disqualified for violating rule number 6. He was giving voters peanuts so they'd choose him. There he is. Everybody go ahead and make an X with your hands. We're crossing out Lion. When the votes were added up, the new president was announced, and it was... Da-da-da-da! Are we all ready? Everybody give me a drum roll, please. Sloth! Yay! Sloth for president of the jungle! The animals all gathered to hear his victory speech. In this election, I learned so much from everybody. We each have something to say, and we all should listen. Lion wants to be recognized for all his work. Monkey wants us to have food and shelter. Snake and I agree we are stronger when we work together. The first thing I do as president is create a team to help us make the jungle a great place for every animal. And that is the story of how Sloth became the jungle's first president. Of course, not everyone was happy with the results. So it was a good thing that there would be another election next year. Was that a good story? I think that was an excellent story. It's an idea of how we can vote to help make things fair, right? And one day when we're all old, we'll be able to vote on things ourselves, right? When we're all a little bit older, right? Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed our visit to the jungle. We voted with our jungle animals. We danced with Toucan, and we slept with Sloth in a tree and tried to find out where he came from, because he escaped. All right. Well, all of our jungle animals are now calmly back in their books, and we're going to head home from the jungle. I hope you guys had a great time. I hope you had fun. And I want to see your drawings of your favorite jungle animals. So go ahead and comment them down below, or go ahead and email them to one of us at Moon Township Public Library. And we'll see you real soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.